What is going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Before we start with the video, I just want to remind you guys that a majority of you watching aren't subscribed. So if you enjoy more NBA content like this, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and also turn on your notifications so that you don't miss an upload. And also, if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like. It makes a big difference in helping this channel grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. So finally, I'm back. Been a few weeks. First video in 2022. And there's a lot to talk about. You could talk about the Grizzlies and how amazing they've been. You could talk about the COVID outbreak. You could talk about the Bulls and DeMar's amazing game winners. You could talk about the Lakers struggling, the Knicks struggling, the Celtics struggling. There's a lot to talk about, right? But I figured that because this is my first video back, I might as well talk about another guy who's back. And finally, Klay Thompson. He made his NBA debut yesterday against Cleveland, and it was everything that I had hoped for. It was everything that NBA fans had hoped for, because Klay Thompson is universally loved among NBA fans. And, you know, he's one of those guys where it's like, if you don't like him, that's wrong. There's something wrong with you. That's just the kind of guy he is and the kind of player he is, right? So loved, so fun to watch. And also just in general, him as a person, he has such a high energy to him. His character is amazing. He's just such a funny guy, high energy, all that stuff, right? Just a likable guy and an amazing basketball player. And we were robbed for 2.5 years of watching him play. Again, it has been 2.5 years since we watched him play. He tore his ACL in the 2019 finals against Toronto. And we were thinking, okay, he'll be out, and then he'll come back for the 2021 season. And right before the season, on the day of the 2020 NBA draft, he tears his Achilles in a practice. And that's when we're like, oh, this is bad. Because coming back from an ACL injury, everyone's done it. The technology is amazing, where most players who come back aren't too bad off when they come back, right? Like, there's plenty of examples of that. So people weren't too worried about him coming back from an ACL injury, but to add an Achilles injury to that, because an Achilles injury alone is very big, has done a lot of terrible things to a lot of players, right? It is known to be not just a season ender, but it's also known to be something that, you know, alters careers, right? Most people who come back from Achilles injuries aren't the same, but we saw it with Kevin Durant. We see it with it was either Sue Bird or Brianna Stewart, one of those WNBA players on the Storm. I forgot who, but one of them. They came back from an Achilles injury and looked even better. KD looks like an MVP right now. So there was a lot of excitement about just when will he come back, right? And especially this season, because the Warriors started off so hot. And the one thing everyone kept saying was, look how good this Warriors team is. And Klay's not even back yet. How scary are they going to be with Klay when he's back? And everyone kept saying, but hold on, do we even know how good he's going to be? We haven't seen him in 2.5 years. 2 major injuries back-to-back years. That is potentially damaging for the career of Klay Thompson. But he came back yesterday, and I'm going to be completely honest, I damn near shed a tear watching the intro video where they do the starting lineups. Just seeing him there on that bench, just kind of staring, with the announcer screaming he's back and the crowd going crazy, sold out crowd at the Chase Center. Just such an amazing energy. And then to hear his name in the starting lineup, like, how dope is that, man? Like, if you're just a fan of the NBA, a fan of basketball, you have to appreciate that moment, because it's just so special. And it's something that, you know, we love to see, right? Players who come back from injuries, players who fight their way back through adversity, right? Especially guys like Klay Thompson, guys who are generally likable people, right? Seeing them fight through any kind of adversity and fight through it and come back stronger is such an inspiring story in sports, right? And I know it wasn't easy for Klay, because he talked about the whole mental health thing, right? He said it took a toll on him mentally, and you can imagine it did. But with all that being said, he played yesterday, and I'm going to be completely honest, this is just my personal analysis of it. He looked like good old Klay Thompson. He didn't look anything like he was struggling or kind of rough. Like, his shooting was off, but like, I'm not take anything from that, right? He had a few times where he couldn't shoot that much, but he started off a little bit cold. But honestly, like the first basket of the game, I thought his first basket would be a 3. But instead, he got the ball and drove to the basket and took it tough to Evan Mobley and got the layup. I was like, oh, okay. He's being aggressive. That's a good sign. He was solid on defense. He looked, just watching him like run up and down the court and being active on defense and on offense and moving around. He looked just like regular Klay Thompson. It didn't look like it was something where, oh, he clearly doesn't look right or he's clearly not 100%. He looked just fine to me. And then also, you could see him get more comfortable with when he had the ball and when he was doing things, right? The poster dunk on Jared Allen, oh my God. Like, that to me was like, okay, yeah, he's back. Because 2 major knee injuries back-to-back years, and in your first game, you do a poster dunk, land a little awkwardly, and get back up like you're fine. Like, that's fucking amazing. I'm sorry. It's just like, I was in awe watching that. And also the crowd going crazy. The Warriors players jumping up and down. Steph running onto the court in excitement. That's the shit you live for as a sports fan, man. And to see Klay do that was amazing. And then in the third quarter, you could see him get hot. Third quarter Klay, right? He started getting more comfortable. He had, I think, 10 points. 10 of his 17 points were in that third quarter. He hit a 3. He got to the basket. He was doing some, pull-ups on the baseline. He looked like regular Klay Thompson. And it was just so fun to watch. He finished with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. I don't have his shooting numbers, but I just know that he had 10 in the third quarter, which is incredible. But, man, just watching him play made me, I just reminded myself of just how good he is, man. And, like, how we were robbed of 2.5 years of it. But the good news is that this team is still really good. They've had a little bit of a slump, honestly. Steph hasn't been as great as of late, but still, this team is really good. They're a championship contender. This team is super deep, so I think that the Warriors are going to be in a good spot where they can ease Klay a little bit into action, right? Like, I didn't even think he was going to start in his first game, but he did, and he was pretty good. So I think that Klay can take it a little bit easy. He can take off one night on a back-to-back. He can kind of ease his way back into being more comfortable and being in the right shape and everything. And then, come playoff time, I think it's going to be very fun to watch what this Warriors team can do, especially with him being back. So I'm just, as a basketball fan, excited that he's back, excited that we get to watch him on the court again, play the game as well as he does, because he is an incredible basketball player, right? We've known this for years, right? But just to finally see it after so long, especially after those injuries, man, it's just an amazing thing to see, man. So I hope that we can see more of this. I cannot wait to see how the rest of the season unfolds with Klay Thompson. I'm definitely going to be paying more attention to these Warriors games. The only thing I don't like is that they do play the Bulls on Friday, and with Klay back, I'm a little bit nervous about how that game's going to go, but regardless of that, the Warriors are must-watch TV. They've been must-watch TV all season, but with Klay now back, yeah, you cannot miss these Warriors games, man. But yeah, I think that's basically it. I'm going to end it here before I start, rambling on more, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like. Comment down below what your thoughts are on this Klay Thompson return. Did you see the game? What were your thoughts? How do you think he can fit with this team as they get to the halfway point of the season? Let me know. And that's it. Oh yeah, also, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel for more NBA content like this. I haven't uploaded in a while, but it's a new year. Hopefully a new year with some awesome content. I already have a few ideas planned for the next video. All-star draft, team discussions, all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that, and be sure to subscribe again for a lot of awesome content that I have planned in 2022, hopefully to grow this channel even more. So yeah, hopefully you stick with me for that. Other than that, that's basically it. Thank you guys, as always, for your continuous support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.